Okay, we're on the air. Good evening, everybody. Build Destroy Radio. Setting up now on the Ustream app. We are live, about to go on the air in a minute on 88.1 WPEB. Thanks, everybody, for checking us out. Music director Mark Bennett setting things up. He doesn't know what's on the air right now. Derek Adges cleaned up the corner. He's ready to go.
Yes, sir.
You know, I think we got some good topics tonight, so stay tuned. We're about to go live. Build and Destroy Radio coming to you on this Tuesday night, August the 2nd, 2016. All right? C'est passé! He's sleepy. Wake the F up. Got a headband? What you he put on his head.
I was gonna make it again.
You looking like Slick Watts. What are you doing? Second one. Put some cold water on your face.
I mean, this microphone is freaking work.
I know. You see how fresh all the other joints are? Them joints be snapping back. Except mine fell off at the joint last night. I was like, oh
But
no.
they got regular Jones, but they just got
They got
They
them.
got enough, and they got good arms.
Yeah. And their stands are lower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sac passe.
A little fox boogie
Mmm.
with her little.
that's what I was about.
Okay.
Yeah, speaking that French. Sac passe. Haitian boy.
You know she's a mess with Spraga.
Yeah.
That was
And
her
she
name.
messed with the Haitian boy, the boxing boy from what's his name?
Oh, okay,
The
okay.
French boy.
Okay.
That Bernard knocked out. What's his name? Lucien Boutet. Oh no. Technical. We got one viewer. We got to go on the air.
Have you seen the nudes?
Oh, Melania?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
Have you
it.
seen them?
Yeah.
How they look?
She's actually bad.
Okay.
She has a little lesbo action.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, this
Lesbian themes,
but
lesbian
she's
themes.
actually all skinny too.
Yeah, she's skinny.
Yeah.
She's like a model white chick. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But she ain't bad though. For the Donald's have come up for him.
Right.
So I wonder what money does. What is he doing with that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
knocking that over.
yeah, come on.
Separate homes.
So whenever you're ready. Did you find any chopping screw in there?
I have some.
You got some? Okay.
Yeah,
It don't even matter with it.
like because it's all cursing and stuff. But
You ain't got a little sample? Like something
Yeah,
like
okay.
yeah, little
there's
something.
a little bit.
Okay. So just come with whenever I go to it, just come with it. Have it ready.
Yeah.
Yep. You ready? C'est passé. Okay. "25 minutes after the hour of 7 p.m. and Philly, you know what time it is. Let's build and destroy. West, Southwest Philly, good evening. Build and Destroy Radio live on your airways for Tuesday, August the 2nd, 2016. Build and Destroy team is in the house. Music director Mark Bennett laying down fresh tracks. Co-host Derek Adger ready to go with heat.
Yes, sir.
And I'll try and hold this thing together. My name is David Hanna. This is the Build and Destroy team. Good evening, everybody. Live from the Lemon Drop Lounge of the luxurious suite of WPEB 88.1 FM. This again is Build and Destroy Radio coming to you live as well on the Ustream app, on Ustream.tv. Search Build and Destroy Radio, and you will see the team assembled for another rip-rousing edition of Tuesday night's #1 rated urban talk radio. What say you, Derek? Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening, Mark.
Glad to have you back.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
Oh, that's right. It's just his
From
first.
Jamaican Fantasy Island.
You know, Mark Bennett will be on camera in a minute, but when you look at him, I want you to observe the deep luster of the tan that has dripped all over his body as he did his thing in Jamaica over the past week. How was your vacation, man?
Vacation is always good, you know?
What did you do, man?
I got in the pool.
He got out,
I got
ate,
that.
drank, rinse,
Stop
repeat.
blinding by dumping me, please.
Upside down. I think I turned yours up and I went to
Yeah.
You alright?
I'm good now.
Okay.
Huh?
So you're saying you were doing what?
I just lounged, man. I was at the
Yeah.
pool, in the ocean,
Mm-hmm.
on the catamaran, you know.
Beautiful.
No tours for me.
Was the water clear and blue?
Crystal.
Yeah.
What was the name of the place again?
Moon Palace.
Very nice. Shout out to Moon Palace.
Grand Jamaica Moon Palace.
In the grill.
No, Ocho Rios.
Ocho Rios.
Ocho Rios, man.
Like it.
Yeah, man. Everything I ate.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Did you get good grub? I never asked about that.
Grub was great.
Did you? I mean, did you get Jamaican cuisine? Like, did you get some jerk?
I had jerk.
Okay.
But we had fish, we had ceviche, we had
Do you like ceviche?
yeah,
I've never had it.
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, raw fish
Okay.
cooked up by the citrus, soaked in the citrus
Oh,
wood
nice.
and cooks
You eat
itself.
it with like a tortilla, like a salsa kind of
Yeah.
it was like
situation?
a fish salsa.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You had chips with it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Nice,
ceviche is good
nice,
stuff.
okay.
it's good. What else? I mean, lots of stuff, but food was good at this spot.
Yeah.
I told you we went to the Juicy Patty.
Yes.
Had
Got
chicken
three.
patty,
You got hate sample
beef
all
patty,
three.
And veggie patty.
Mhm.
So we walked amongst the natives.
Nice.
You know.
What you have for dessert?
We kept getting. Me and my wife did the same thing. The
Brownies?
key lime pie.
Oh, key lime pie.
Key lime
Okay,
pie.
okay.
Key lime pie was awesome.
Okay. Heard the
Yeah.
brownies are tremendous. over there.
Yeah, I mean that's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
One bite is all you need.
Oh.
It's so delicious.
So rich and
Watching those
delicious.
calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta watch those calories.
That's all you need.
Yeah, yeah. All right, gentlemen. I have some exciting news, something that you'll be surprised about. I don't know if I was exciting, but this is going to lead into our hot button topic this evening. And Derek, I know you'll be surprised by this. Donald Trump said some dumb things again in the past week.
What? No way.
Hold on to your
No
pants.
way.
Donald Trump said more dumbness over the past week. You know, we wound down the DNC conference, so I guess we should put a little cap on that whole deal.
Sure.
Hillary stood strong with the DNC had her back, represented by the president, epic-setting or precedent-setting support from President Obama as he stood side by side. He hadn't seen a president stand by a Democratic candidate like that, I think, ever. At a party, congressional party like the DNC, where Obama literally stood next to her, vouched for her, had her back, spoke on her behalf. He had a whole nine, and Hillary took that momentum that all the guest speakers and the FLOTUS and the POTUS doing their thing verbally, and she took that and rolled into the final days, and really cemented herself as the choice for the Democratic Party, despite a lot of the stuff we talked about last week, the drama with the email leak and Bernie Sanders supporters making a lot of noise during the week and things like that. She solidified herself, I thought. And, her vice presidential candidate stood up. Wasn't a big fan of him. Was that Kane?
Yeah, Kane.
He flexed his bilingualness. Did his
He had to
thing.
try it out, David. It's a dog and pony show.
Yeah, dog and pony show.
Anything that works.
Yeah.
He's gonna trot it out there.
Nothing like a pasty, lily-faced white or middle-aged white man
speaking Spanish,
trotting out 8th grade Spanish to really rebel rouse and get a crowd going. Tu te llamo es Presidente Señorita Hillary. Whoa. Tremendous show, Mr. K. Yeah, he's fluid. He's fluid. He took the remedial class. He got the most out of his Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, absolutely.
He got the most out of his Rosetta Stone, and he did his thing. All right, I give it to you. So, what are your thoughts moving into this? But right now, as we wound down the DNC and the Republican convention ended the week before, early polls following the Democratic convention show a widening lead for Hillary Clinton. Partly because of the results of the DNC, but partly also because of the dumbness, again, that Donald Trump did. Coming at the neck of the Muslim couple.
The Gold Star family.
Yeah, the Gold Star family, the Muslim family that stood at the Democratic convention and spoke about the sacrifices their family has made, where their son died in action, and how, they understand what the Constitution is fully about and don't think Mr. Trump knows what it's about. And they talked about the sacrifices their family made and questioned if Donald Trump has made any sacrifices for his country. Because Donald didn't have much to say.
Well, as you told us, I made plenty of sacrifices.
Yeah.
I initiated tens of thousands of jobs, and
jobs.
He kind of gave some accomplishments. And the person that was interviewing was like, but that's not a sacrifice.
Absolutely.
That's not a sacrifice.
It goes to how he's created jobs. You hired people.
Yeah.
You were a business owner.
That's not a
big deal.
sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And when,
He's just such a...
what do they say about Donald Trump? He never lets the truth get in the way of a good story. So he's gonna postulate whatever he needs to do to sound good, but really he ends up sounding pretty dumb. He also stood up and urged Russia to continue to hack the DNC servers, which they said was treasonous and borderline a federal offense.
Especially coming from a quote-unquote president.
Yeah, right.
Like
a candidate.
You can't even joke like that.
You can't even.
I was kidding.
You can't even.
I was kidding, really?
You can't even jest like that.
This man has more apologists than damn Shelly Thunder. Come on. I mean, every time I hear him, I say, sorry. Is all that we can say.
David, that was a good one, man. I'm sorry, yo.
Thank you.
You trout them out, brother.
Off
That was
the
a
dome.
good one.
That's off
that
the
was
dome.
a good one, my
Thank
man.
you. Like, forgive me. Forgive me.
Wow.
And I can say nation.
Yeah, this dude, man.
He's a clown, yo.
Because even his man had to step up. Even Pence had to step up and
And step in.
and say, no, we don't think, Donald and I. He's like,
right.
Speaking for
Trying
the
to take
wife.
a bullet. Don't try and take a bullet.
Donald and I. We really respect the the contributions of my man, the family.
Right.
We
Respect.
don't want to do
Right.
every soldier should be respected.
Right.
You gotta speak for you. It's like you're speaking for your wife who's drunk at the party.
The son.
You make an excuse for her,
Right.
yakking in the bathroom and knocking over that jar in the living room.
The youngest son had to step in behind that. And he had to do the drunk. My dad gets out of hand sometimes.
Right.
We think all the same thing, the same line. So he had his father, he had the vice president.
Come on.
Now he has all these apologists and people, speaking for his diary of the mouth, for lack of a better term. Who's got Melania's back, or backside, should I say? As nude photos come out of her, showing her. Doing her thing in some dated photos of her early modeling career, cavorting in Manhattan, nude, with another nude woman. They kind of partied up. They turned up, as the kids say, Snoop. They some black and white photos. Do you think Mr. Obama and Michelle, do you think they could do things like that and be considered serious presidential candidates nude photos?
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Oh Lord.
Are you kidding me, Mark?
It
And then
would've
come
been
out for that campaign before
Come
he
on.
did the campaign.
If they got burnt at the
It'd have been over.
Yeah,
It'd have been
got
over.
burnt at the
Game over.
Yeah, this
in the
guy.
public in the middle of town.
Yeah.
One thing I can say is he's the Teflon Donald. That's the only thing I can say. I mean, your wife has got nude photos. You put your foot in the mouth. Your mouth is there's a chasm the size of the Grand Canyon with the dumbness that you say. And yet, an 80-year-old gentleman today presents Mr. Trump with his purple medal, saying Trump is a hero, and he has his support. And Donald Trump said, I always thought it'd be this easy. This man's never served a day in the military. That's a slap in the face of our military who served. And Mark, I want to thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Salute, bro.
Thank you for your service, Mark. And all the ones like you who
I
legitimately,
don't even know how to do that, legit. I don't even know how to do it. I'll be disrespectful.
Yeah, right. I mean, I just thought about that because Snoop has the military, camouflage. GQ camouflage on the night. Feels very military, like he's about to walk in a Hilfiger show.
I could just leave the club and go right in the ass.
There you go. There you go.
If the alert comes
Yeah. Like on some Archer. What's that cartoon Archer where you go undercover, you walk out the door like James Bond and just fall into action. So, but he just cannot get out of his own way. He's not going to get out of his own way. He's that emblazoned and brazen that he just thinks he can get away with saying whatever he wants.
But don't underestimate those that are leaving, because every time he says something, there's a handful of people say, you know what, I'm done.
Right,
Like,
one other person.
They've been robbed with him, but they say,
Yeah.
you know what, you went too far, homie. I'm done.
Because
every time he says something, every week, to just let it go on,
you know what it
there are a
is.
handful of folks that are leaving that are going to cost them the election. I mean, that's my wish, but don't underestimate those Republicans, the staunch Republicans who try to stand by him, and then with each latest gaffe,
The
they say,
latest
you know what,
billionaire,
I'm done. I'm done.
billionaire, which billionaire just backed out and said he can't
Okay.
do no more. What's his name? The older guy. Not Rupert Murdoch, the other
Okay.
one. The billionaire that knows 50 Cent and Slick Rick and all that. What's his name? You know it. Buffett.
Okay.
Warren Buffett just
Okay.
stepped down. Like,
Wow. Okay.
I full-heartedly stopped backing this man. I
Wow.
can't ride with him anymore.
Wow.
I tried. He just makes my hair stand up.
Right,
So
right.
Warren Buffett has just stepped away. So what you're saying is very true.
Yeah.
Very, very
It's
true.
like every week, man. It's something that he does, and
Right.
a handful of folks say,
Right.
you know what, this is where I'm gonna tap out.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get
tapped
off.
out.
I'm gonna get off my butt. This is my stop.
Yeah.
This is my stop.
Like,
I
ho,
get
ho,
off
ho.
here.
Back
Yep,
door.
yep.
Back door. They're out.
Chink, chink.
Chink, chink. I'm out.
I'm
I'm
off.
off. I'm off for this trolley ride. Stooge.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So he's the type of cat, you give him enough rope, he will eventually hang himself.
Absolutely.
I believe.
He's got 2 more months, man.
He's got 2 more
He got
months.
plenty of time, dude.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
The new reality series will start.
The next one. That'll make him millions and billions of dollars, right?
Yep.
So Stu, did you see the photos of Melania?
I did.
Your impressions?
I wasn't impressed.
Exactly.
No, not impressed.
Tell
Were
her
they
like
nude? Were they completely nude?
she was completely
Yeah, there were tape on the breast, but I don't know if that was after.
Nah, that was
or-
edited. That was edited.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, just,
And
I mean,
staying political, there was no George Bush showing.
yeah.
But it was still nude. She was nude. And like I said, she turned up with another model.
Okay.
Kind of S&M-y, kinky kind of things. So
Yeah, I mean, it's
this is your first lady, your potential
yeah,
first
yeah,
lady.
yeah, potential first lady
Yeah.
of
How about that? Only in America.
the country,
Only in
and
America.
that picture will be posted in every hostile country.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's like, get out of my face.
Exactly.
This whole thing is just really taking. You talk about making the country great again. I mean,
Exactly.
you're doing everything to destroy that image of the country that
Right.
that
That you,
was.
that even the image that comes that you profess to be trying to get back to.
Even
Let's get it back to
even the crooks of the
wholesome
country.
value.
Yeah, even the political crooks that have come through or preceded him have at least done it, smiled in your face and stabbed you in the back. He's just stabbing you right in your chest, like with the
And looking right at you.
Yeah, it's just too blatant. It's just too disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
And it's we have a lot of people that don't like us throughout
Already, to
throughout
begin
this-
with.
throughout this world. For a lot of different reasons.
Right.
And how you were saying people are walking out at little fractions of people because there's something he said that they like. But for every one thing that he says that they like, it's 4 to 5 things
Yeah, you can't
that they're
take
like,
one step
I
forward,
can't
2 steps
take it.
back.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. It's at a point where, like I said, he's just gonna expose himself. But the damage that he's doing in the meantime, you're making the job of the next person coming in is gonna be that much more difficult because they had to fix a lot of the mess and repair a lot of the imagery and marketing that he worked so hard to destroy in his campaign. He just cements the whole ugly American motif that has half of the planet hating us to begin with. You know what I mean? He does nothing to improve anything, and nor does he care to. And it's scary. It's scary. It's almost as if before he goes on stage in any of his appearances, he has a double styrofoam cup with the Rich Gang emblem on the front, and he's taking some sips of that purple drink. He's taking his sips, he's slurring, he's going on stage like baby.
Right.
Yeah, man, let me tell you about the U.S.
Right.
The U.S. cannot be stopped. We like an army. We not like a navy, baby. You know what I mean? Rich gang. U.S. is the rich gang, and we do our thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Donald Trump.
We got that white and the blue.
We got that white and blue, man.
And the red.
You know what I mean? Kind of young projects. I'm coming straight from the D, man.
But if you notice, they say the red first.
The red.
You know what I'm saying? Business white, business blue.
Let's talk about it, man. What is this phenomenon with these double styrofoams made famous by Lil Wayne and Baby and any other rapper of note and seeing the video? We watched the thing. Both me and you, fans of Viceland TV, a network that features many of the undercurrent stories that are going on in pop culture. They presented a little thing in a new show hosted by Michael K. Williams. Omar, fine actor, friend of the room, friend in my head of Build and Destroy Radio. Michael K. Williams is that dude. Currently starring in The Night Of, new HBO series, doing a hell of a bang-up job on that as well. He has a new show. I can't think of the name of the show right now, but he has a show that shows the underside of why segments of our community resort to illegal behaviors, like what factors force them to go into it. So the latest show that both Snoop and I watched highlighted the phenomenon known as syrup. It goes by many names: syrup, scissor, purple drank, lean. The latest is lean. Drank that purple dank. You know what I mean? So they did a series on that, and they highlighted what it consists of, what the culture is behind it, its origins, which came from Houston and other deep South things, and because of hip-hop lyrics and the current state of hip-hop right now, a lot of the songs are featuring verbals that speak about these cups and what's in the cup and drinking and popping, this pill culture, this scissor culture, and I want to talk about that. It was interesting, right, Snoop?
It was fascinating.
Yeah, what's some of the
When y'all
stuff?
watch this? When was this on?
Viceland TV, I'm been running for the
I
past
saw it
week
on
or so.
demand.
Yeah.
But it was amazing, man, to see the level of addiction for one,
Right.
and that the people are still indulging or still trying
Wholeheartedly.
And one of the things that really caught me was they were like, you can take a sip and try to be cool,
Right.
but by the time you finish, you're gonna be addicted.
Oh my
They
God.
said you get
Cats
hooked.
and young boys and you know, if you remember the Caucasian girl,
Right.
she was banging it since she was like, I think she said 18.
Yeah, something like
And
that.
she was like 20 something.
16, something like that.
And
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was like,
She's
she
hooked.
was- yeah, she was.
So what we're talking about,
Man.
let's just give a quick breakdown. What we're talking about, I mean, anybody out there on Build and Destroy Radio listening to us, knows, who's seen the recent rap videos, anything from Lil Wayne to 2 Chainz or anybody else, sees it. You see a styrofoam cup, and in that styrofoam cup, or a double cup stack, they're taking promethazine, which is an active ingredient in very Robitussin cough syrup and other things like that, and codeine, which is an opioid. They're taking that mixture, they're mixing the two, the promethazine with the opioid, like the syrup. Back in the day in Philly, it was an epic. It was called Pancakes and Syrup, where they were sipping on the opioid, the Xanax, and popping Xannies to give you a very lofty effect. So now the latest rendition of this again is the promethazine with the codeine, and then they're mixing it. They're taking the sweetest sodas that you only see in the black community, like a blue Faygo, a red, a red Fanta,
Right.
pineapple. They're mixing that stuff.
Big top.
Yeah, all that stuff, and then they're dropping on top of it Jolly Ranchers in, right?
Man.
And then they're shaking, and they're drinking like these cups are like, what are these, like
No, well,
20 ounce
if you
cups?
remember the guy was like, he poured 4 into 2.
Yeah, they're taking a
And
liter.
they're taking the
2
2
liter.
the 2 liter.
Right.
So they're taking, I don't know what a 4 is,
Mhm.
but they're taking and they're pouring the thing into a 2 liter. And that's between, and that could go between 2 people, that can go between 4 people. But the 2 guys on the documentary was like, yeah, we did a 4x2, and then we went and did this,
Right.
then we did another 4x2.
Right.
And the thing about it, it is not cheap.
No,
That stuff is
this
expensive.
stuff is expensive.
Very expensive. Like, I'm talking like thousands.
Yeah,
You're talking about for the
like
for
$800
the
For
for the actual
Yeah.
for the drug.
They're
Like,
saying you can get a couple hundred per ounce.
right now you
Yeah,
can.
you can get a couple $100 per
Yeah.
ounce, which will give you a nice cup
Yeah.
where you can do your thing.
Right, but it
Yeah.
could
For like 200, maybe 300.
Yeah, up to
I'm like,
upwards of
that's
like
crazy.
800 for a bottle of the promethazine, and some people are
They were
bilking.
talking thousands of people.
It got to
They were
thousands.
talking thousands.
Yeah, I think
you
so.
can get stuff at like 1,500, 2,000 for a whole bottle. Yo.
Right.
Sheesh.
Yeah, like so that, some guys are bilking pharmacies with fake prescriptions and things of that nature to get it, and others are just black market. Like there's a generic brand coming out of Mexico they were talking about that is dangerous because they don't know what some of them are better than others. Some are cut with other stuff, so you don't even know what you're drinking. The one from Mexico, it's kind of like a potluck. And there's people dying from this stuff. And this mixture, we gave it the terms, has become very popular in street culture and hip hop culture. And the music, it's in the music right now. You hear many artists talk about it. You've heard about the different travails and problems a lot of artists have had as a result of sipping on this mixture. Lil Wayne has had several incidents where he's passing out and falling out, and they're trying, those people are trying to spin it, saying that that he's suffering from epilepsy mixed with exhaustion, and we all know what it is. He's on that stuff, and it's messing him up. Rick Ross has fallen out a couple times as a result. Like they attribute his thing to a mixture of exhaustion, too much weed, marijuana, and that drink. It's causing him health issues. There's been many deaths in hip hop, but not Bun B, his partner.
DJ Screw.
No,
Oh, DJ Screw.
DJ Screw,
Pimp C.
Pimp C, UGK, the duo UGK out of Houston, legendary rap crew. Pimp C died of an overdose because what this stuff is, it slows you down so much. It slows your body organs down to the point where your heart stops. You have organ failure if you keep sipping it up. The originator of a form of music that came out of this whole culture called screw music which comes out of Houston, Texas. The inventor being one DJ Screw. He died of an overdose of it, but they still continue to rock with this because it's the vogue drug of choice. You know, a couple years ago it was Molly, the pill Molly. You know, marijuana always is counterculture, and now you can add this stuff to it. And what you're listening to right now is the form of music that came out of this whole movement, this whole subculture. It's called
Chopped and Screwed.
Chopped and Screwed music. They're telling what Chopped and Screwed is.
Basically, it's music slowed down, whether it's R&B, hip hop, slowed down and chopped up. The DJ will bring it back, kind of chop some of the key phrases, but bring it back and slow it down. Real rhythmic. I mean,
This is it right here.
it's-
You're listening
yeah.
to it.
It's made to enjoy while
Pretty
while
much.
you're served up.
You're in that state.
When everything is just slow and you're just
Right,
zoned out, and then the music, you know, if you get a nice fast song while your brain and your body is smooth, it's like it's a little disturbing sometimes.
yeah.
So the music is set
Right
to
where you
that
need to
mood,
be. Yeah.
and you can just
That's your
on
state.
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty descriptive in the way that you hear it. Is how you feel. How did Kane say it back in the day? But make like Roy Rogers and slow. You know what I mean? So this is how you feel. This is the state. You know, Future talks promethazine rap a lot. You hear The Weeknd talking about it a lot. You hear Party Next Door. You know, all these cats are really talking, and they're glamorizing it. And we talked about this stuff again. This is the other side of hip hop that makes you kind of wince because the kids, it's dangerous. They're glamorizing this, and these kids are gonna try this.
No idea what the heck they're doing.
No ideas
and
what the side effects are.
and it was actually introduced in Power on the last episode.
Sure enough, well, how about that? In the latest episode of Power,
Yeah.
and well, we may as well just roll into our Power Hour. That's not really an hour. A couple minutes that's dedicated to the latest going on in the show Power that airs on Stars.
And it looks as if Kanan's 50 Cent's character, it looks like he's about to be hooked.
Yeah.
He was going through the medicine cabinet pretty heavy looking
Fiending.
for it.
He was fiending.
Yeah.
Did you see how she held it? It was
Yeah.
like feeding a lion through a cage.
He was like, can I have it now? Can I
Yeah,
have it?
right. He's hooked on
He
it
put a 4 in it too.
because of the pain. I mean, we have a
No, I know
spoiler.
some stuff.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
put a 4 in it too.
She put 4 in it too.
That's right, baby.
Paul Wall, baby.
Look at that purple stripe.
Purple drink, man. So yeah, they're showing the culture through Power. Like you said, Kanan's character is addicted to this stuff now as he self-medicates his injuries. And we'll leave it at that. We don't spoil the whole thing. But we can go into Power a little bit. You know.
Well, you touched on the thing with the kids did. Get back to that real quick.
Right. Okay.
What you saying about the thing?
It's always a danger with music, with the music industry, the film industry, the fashion industry,
Right.
in sports in general. All these things where you have these idols or demigods, and when they accentuate something and make it, you know, especially with hip hop. Hip hop has changed
Always been-
fashion.
it's always been that
It's
way.
changed.
Yeah, it's always been that
It's
way.
changed the drinking game.
Changed everything.
How
Gear,
we
everything.
talked about
Everything.
we
Drink,
talked about
poison,
in one of our
What you
meetings.
drink to what you
You
wear.
wear.
We talked
How
about in
you
one of our
talk, how you
meetings
rock
about
your hair.
Patron.
Yeah.
How when Patron was in every song, you thought Patron was all that. Until you go to Mexico and you say, yeah, let me have some Patron. They'd be like, that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bud.
no.
That's like Budweiser.
Hypnotic was taken to a level back in the day.
Cavassier.
Cavassier.
And now Eddie, everybody, you know,
Eddie.
Everybody loves Eddie.
I mean,
I mean, you're talking when you talk about hip hop and music overall, you're talking about counterculture.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You're talking about youth culture. You're talking about counterculture. Fighting is the establishment through your rhymes, through your art, through your music. So there's gonna be collateral damage when you're doing these kind of things, and that's the thing you gotta watch. And when you're talking about a lost generation that's raising itself, that doesn't have the level of role models and positive images that we all three had coming up in some shape, form, or fashion, there's a danger in that. Because now you're letting the kid behind the wheel with no driving lessons. So that car is going to careen and bounce out of control and hopefully doesn't crash and kill the kid.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about this whole lean culture. Come into my lean house. They're singing it. They're talking it. They're singing its praises. They're talking about partying up with it. Pop a pill. Do this. Do that. There's a danger when you talk about a whole culture, a generation of kids.
Yeah.
Again, that aren't that are sailing without a rudder.
And
So
you're really talking. The thing that's most disturbing to me is that it's very addictive. And
the
that
addictive nature.
One of the things that, back in the day when you call yourself experimenting with certain things, I never wanted to smoke crack because I always heard you could take one puff and be addicted and your life was basically over.
That was always the most amazing thing to me.
Like, how can you
you see
try it?
crackheads walking up. How can you even want to go down that
Just
road?
try it, exactly.
Yeah, you know what? You see a crackhead with his shoes or his toes hanging out his shoes, a dirty, dingy pair of socks hanging down, hair messed up, and they're scratching themselves. They stink, and you say, you know what? Let me get ahead of that.
Yeah.
I want to
try that.
Yeah, Uncle Ron, I
Well,
want to be
the
just
thing
like
is
him.
always,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen to me.
Wow.
I'm strong
Really?
enough. I can, I can resist it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Just this once.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, taking a drink, taking a brew with the wrong body chemistry, with predisposed genetics, you could be an alcoholic.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
because
anything
genetics.
that's going to be addictive to the point where it's going to destroy
It's gonna hook you.
your quality of life and prevent you from functioning.
And that's the
man.
danger. You're talking.
Can't do it.
You're
Can't do it, man.
You're talking bipolar opposite. You're almost talking to spite yourself because you said it. Something that's so addictive, but yet they try and put it out there. It's in the lyrics and the songs. They make it seem like it's a casual like it's a casual drug, like marijuana or taking a drink like alcohol. It's not. It's highly addictive. There's nothing casual about it. You can think you're drinking it casually, but next thing you know, like they said in the Viceland
That's
show,
what he said.
next thing you know,
That's
you're
what-
yearning for it.
That's what caught me, man. Like,
Yeah.
you could roll up on your homies and they all leaned out
Right.
and they be like, yo, hit it. They could say, you be
Right.
like, nah.
Yep.
And you could take literally a sip. And because of the taste and how good it tastes,
Mm-hmm.
you want another sip and another sip and another
And
sip.
then it make it worse. It
And
has the
then-
nerve to taste good.
Yeah, and
It
then
tastes good.
And then
Well, I like
you
Faygo.
could
I
do-
like grape Faygo.
Exactly.
And I like Jolly Ranchers.
Exactly.
Right. There you go.
And then the chemical part
Mhm.
takes over. Then you start to feel good.
Right.
But then when it wears off, then you want more. Like, no.
Yo, dangerous.
No.
We're talking dangerous. Like I said,
No.
they're putting it out there like it's a casual drug. There's nothing casual about when you're talking about promethazine. Very strong. And opioids, you know what I mean? Opioids are highly addictive. This whole nation has an opioid problem.
Absolutely.
You know? This whole nation has a bad opioid problem. You know, and it's something that really needs to be talked about and addressed in more forms like what we have here, and other things to try and get these kids aware of what they're potentially getting themselves into if you mess with this mess. You know, it's a slippery slope, man. Like, and then the thing is, the like you said, we talk about hip
That
hop
should
and
be a good
counterculture.
campaign, man. Don't mess with this mess.
Don't mess with this mess.
Like that, that's a good campaign.
No, I take it to another level. Sarah belongs on pancakes. Not in your cup.
Don't go into the log cabin.
Yeah, exactly. Leave the cabin closed. Stay off that Sarah.
Don't mess with Aunt and Mom.
Promethazine is mean, man. You
The
know,
only
like,
thing that should be lean is your steak.
your waistline. You know, how about it? You know, and then to the music. The music is hot right now. The music is bumping. So you're talking about a regionalized thing
Triple threat.
that was kept into the corners of deep Texas, down in Houston, has spread across the nation. That's another thing the special shows.
Yeah.
How it's taken on a whole nother level in LA, in the East. You know, everybody is swept across the nation. Very similar, like it's the new Zika.
And it
It's
starts
the
getting-
hip hop
and then-
Zika.
And then much like Zika, it starts just bastardizing.
And-
People start doing different
Yup.
things to it.
Exactly.
Adding this to that,
Oh,
adding
yeah.
that to
Right.
that.
Well,
In
yeah,
LA,
that's-
they might add this.
That's what they're doing.
In Washington, Seattle, Washington, they might add this.
They're putting their
In
own
Philly, they're
slant.
going to add this.
They're being their own
And it's
chemists.
just
They said
dude,
that in the
oh,
special.
my
They're all
goodness,
being their own
that's a
chemists.
lot.
and they're
But
messing with
hit it
different
right on the
things.
head.
That's a problem.
You hit it right on the
Right,
head.
right.
Everybody's got their own formula. Listen, if you go to Cali, the weed is different.
Right.
You go to Texas,
That
and
OG
Arizona,
Kush and
everything is
Purple
different.
Haze
That's
and-
different strains.
Exactly.
So
That's what they're
you
doing
hit
with
it
this
right on the
lean.
head. Cats is like, if
Yeah.
you mix it with a perk and a Xan,
Right,
right.
You,
Oh,
you know,
my goodness.
this and that,
Jeez.
and then you smoke a little bit of this.
You know what finished me?
It's crazy.
It halfway got you hypnotized watching them mix it in the colors and everything and
Right,
switch it
absolutely.
and talk about the chill state
Absolutely. It
until
looks cool. It looks really cool.
And then in that special, they took you out to LA and they showed these group of white boys that were messing with doing their own little mixture, and they showed this cat throwing up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he had popped too many pills.
Yeah.
He had drank too much lean.
Right.
Ah, when you saw
He
him,
was done before they
he was done. He
He
was
was like,
dipping. They
yeah.
like, man, you
He was
barely
like,
can
"Yo, how
even
many
your head up.
days you take today?" He was like,
Yeah, he had popped
then he
too
wanted
many
to sit.
Then he wanted to sit.
Yeah. It was bad.
Then he had to go out front. He barely been out the front door. He just
Oh my
earled on everything. Oh, it was disgusting.
Wow.
It's disgusting. Then they showed the boy that's hooked, the one that mixes, got his prescription. Nerdy looking guy, average dude. Could be you. Could be me. And he was saying how, he's 30 years old now. He's been on it since, how long was he on it? In his 20s?
Wow.
For a while.
Someone had a daughter or something.
Yeah, 10, 12 years thing. Like, he doesn't even want to be around girls anymore. He knows he's not attracted. He gained all this weight. Like, he's just like
Is
a
that the one that
slob.
you said he spent 15,000 on his
Slobby boy, yeah.
On the year, he had to get a whole new set of teeth.
Mm-hmm. Teeth rotted out.
Yeah. Teeth was like shot.
Yeah. So that was our public service announcement about the dangers of lean.
Don't mess with that mess.
Don't mess with that mess.
Go get some white Henny and call it a day.
Hey, how about it?
You want to get nice?
Some good stuff.
Go to the state store.
Go
Baby.
to the state
Let's
store.
go to Total Wine. Come pick me up.
And remember,
Do something that's not going to destroy your
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
drink responsibly.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly. There ain't no drinking lean responsibly. Can you imagine a lean commercial?
Well, imagine if it ever becomes commercialized.
The problem is that
When it actually gets to the point where people can sell it and they manufacture
Oh,
it.
it was. It was called Brass Monkey. It was called Mad
about
Dog
that?
2020. That was that lean back in our day.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was
Cisco.
that lean Cisco. There you go.
Cisco
Which-
was the one,
what's the
which
new-
was banned at one time. You
And
could
they
sell
banned it again.
Cisco at this
What
time.
was the remake? They brought it back out and it got popular again.
What's the name? You think about Four Loko.
Four Loco.
Yeah.
Everybody was hooked on that Four Loco.
Yeah,
that was lean.
yeah,
That's lean.
Pretty much.
That's like
People doing some
legalized
wicked
lean.
thing with Four Loko. People was getting tore up off
People
Four
were getting-
Loko.
yeah.
Just like, they were losing their mind.
Right, off of
So
Four
now they had to
Loko.
revamp it and calm it down.
Calm
so
it
you're
down.
right, Gus.
Yeah.
Between those kind of things, but anytime you got people saying you can't buy it after this hour.
Right.
They card people at bodegas like serious.
Mm-hmm.
Before you can buy 40, when you come and buy Four Loko, it's like young man.
Well, let
this
me
is my
see
idea.
some idea.
Yeah,
Because
they
you're about to go wild.
Absolutely.
You're about to wild out.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Man.
Four
And then they
Loko.
had the same thing, colors and blueberry, Four Loko.
They know what the hood likes.
You know,
They know what
raspberry
youth in the hood
Come
likes.
on,
Trying to
yo.
pull you in.
Yo, that's not a game. That's not a game, man.
These
You're right.
corporations, man, they don't give a
Yeah,
damn about our community.
yeah.
You can't go out to Berwyn
Yeah,
and
get
get no
some
Four
raspberry.
Loco, raspberry Four Loco. You know,
Come on.
you ain't going to Ardmore
Right.
to the craft brew spot
Right.
and get, I'll take a Wiesenheiger hop lager
Right,
and chase that with give me a thing of Four Loco, raspberry Four Loco. Yeah, let's do it. I feel wild tonight.
No.
Let's go for it.
I'm on with your chocolate stout IPA.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
You're not
chocolate
getting
stout.
that. You're not getting that.
Nah. So, again with the madness in our community.
Yeah, man.
Again with the madness in our community.
Yep.
They just put anything in our hood,
Yeah.
And you got to be the bigger man, the smarter person, to realize what they're doing to
Yeah.
us. Wow.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, a lot of racial stuff going on. And speaking of racial, Charles Barkley's going to cast this in. He's got a new series coming to TNT that's going to tackle a lot of the racial issues that we talk about that are prevalent in our society that people don't want to talk about. He's got a new series coming out in 2017. I think it's going to be a 7 or 8 part run.
Okay.
Where Charles is going to host and go around the country and talk about a lot of taboo topics that people in this PC world we're in are afraid to talk about. seems like it may be
I'm looking
interesting.
forward to it. First of all, let me preface my comment saying I stand behind everything he says.
Mm-hmm.
I stand behind everything Richard Sherman says.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on both of their.
How about that? Another truth speaker.
Anybody,
Not worried about
anybody that's going
PMPC.
against that, anybody that's got a problem with Richard Sherman, Charles Barkley,
Right.
you just not getting it.
Okay, so
You just
far
not getting it. You just
they don't get
get
it.
it. You just don't get
This is
it.
the world win.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
So Derek, 6 episodes of this series at an hour each have been ordered and will launch in 2017, like I said before.
Right.
Each week, Barkley will take on topics that are trending in the news cycle and discuss them with cultural leaders and tastemakers. Maybe we'll be asked to be on the show.
Yes.
I'd love to see Smart
absolutely.
go head to head with the Round Mountain Rebound and talk about things.
Absolutely.
Charles said this: "We as Americans never discuss the issues of race in this country and how it impacts everything in our lives until something bad happens." Charles serves as executive producer on the show, and he made these statements via a press statement he released this past week. "I see this project as a way to talk about race, class, and cultural differences and challenge everyone's status quo." Sounds juicy.
Yeah.
Sounds juicy. Sounds like it might be good. Maybe this show can air on the network that Beyonce is talking about.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Have you heard about it?
I've heard of
Queen Bey wants to take over the world of television.